Good morning and welcome to Sunrise to Sunset with Pastor Gene. It's August the 26th and we are continuing in the Gospel of Matthew this morning with chapter 9. I hope you had a good night's rest and reflected on those things we've been talking about so far yesterday. Today we pick the story back up where there's a series of miracles that include an interruption. Very important interruption, I might add. A leader of a synagogue comes up to Jesus and says, my daughter has died. He kneels at Jesus, which is a sign of reverence and respect and faith, and he asks Jesus to raise his daughter. He believes that just the touch of Jesus will do this. That's important. Just the touch of Jesus will do this. And remember, word had begun to spread all over everywhere about how the leper had been healed. So people were already well aware that this had happened. And remember, it was Jesus who said, "Go and show yourself at the temple." And so word was already kind of out. And so now people were beginning to believe that Jesus could do these things. So he is on his way to go raise this daughter from the dead, when someone who has been dealing with hemorrhages for 12 years touches him and is healed. We read about this in verses 20 through 22. Now this woman and her story is addressed more in the Gospel of Mark for different reasons, and I'll get into that when we're into the Gospel of Mark. but the point here is the leader of the synagogue and the woman feel that if there's a touch, just a touch, that healing can and will happen. So the issues here are threefold. First, that Jesus has the power to heal and raise the dead. Second, Jesus will help those who turn to him. And third, those without faith will ridicule those with faith. But don't worry, because that's already been addressed in the Beatitudes about those who revile and persecute you and utter all manner of evil against you falsely on my account. For so they did the prophets before you. After this, Jesus heals two blind men, and he tells them, see that no one knows this. In other words, we're not doing this for show. We're not doing this to reveal right now who he is. It's not time. His time has not yet come. It isn't going to make any difference because news is going to travel all over the district, and it did, as it says in verse 31. Then he cures a mute in verses 32 to 34, and everyone is claiming that they have never seen anything like this, and they had not. What they were seeing was Jesus' compassion. And as Jesus showed more and more compassion, people's lives were changing. They were getting confident. And the culture went from a place of harassing people and harming people to helping people, which is what the shepherd does for the sheep. Or another way to describe it is the oversight that the Lord gives to the harvest, how the farmer takes care of the field. Matthew 9 closes with the recognition that Jesus, in order for Jesus to reach many more people that he will have to reach, he's going to have laborers. He's going to have to look for them. And he's looking for them to this day. He'll be looking for them when we reopen the church in terms of how we're going to have to do things different. He'll be looking for them in ways of people who are going to help out to carry out the mission and ministry of the church in whatever way, shape, form, or fashion that will be. The Lord will be looking, perhaps for me and you, from sunrise to sunset.